Hey there, welcome to this video. Today, we are diving into something way more than just a book summary. We are talking about a concept that could totally shift your perspective on life. This isn't about quick tips or hacks, it's about something much deeper, something that people all over the globe are searching for. And maybe you are on that journey too. So, what if I told you there's a Japanese word that holds the key to a long, happy, and meaningful life? And it's not just a word, it's a whole way of living. Imagine waking up every morning feeling peaceful, energized, and clear-headed. That word is Ikigai. Before we jump in, I want to be real with you. This video might be a bit lengthy because I'm not rushing through this. I'll break everything down step by step, so even if you're hearing this for the first time or if your English isn't perfect, you'll get it. Trust me, if you stick around until the end, this could be one of the most meaningful videos you've ever watched on YouTube. So, let's kick off this journey together. Part 1. What's the meaning of life? Let's start with a story. Picture this. There was a Japanese woman, a mother, a teacher, and just an all-around kind person, who suddenly fell into a coma. Her body was alive, but her mind? Not so much. Doctors were unsure if she'd pull through, and her family stood by her bedside, crying quietly. But something incredible happened while she was unconscious. She found herself in this completely white, peaceful space. Then, she heard a voice asking her, "Who are you?" She replied softly, "I'm a mother of 4. But the voice pushed back, "That's what you do." "Who are you?" She thought for a moment and said, "I'm a school teacher." Again, the voice responded, "That's your profession." "But who are you?" She went on to say, "I'm Japanese. I'm Buddhist. I'm a woman." But the voice kept insisting, "That's your culture, your religion, your gender." "But still, who are you?" In that moment, she realized something profound. She had spent her entire life playing different roles: wife, mother, teacher, citizen, but she had never really asked herself that one powerful question: who am I without all of it? The voice then said, "When you know who you truly are, you may return." And just like that, she woke up. Not everyone believed her story, but she didn't care. From that day forward, she lived differently. She began searching for something deeper, not a job, not a title, not a routine, but a reason to be alive. A reason to wake up every morning, a reason to smile even on tough days. That reason is what the Japanese call Ikigai. So, what exactly is Ikigai? It's a beautiful word that means the reason for being. In simpler terms, it's what gets you out of bed in the morning. It's not about making money or being famous. It's about something that lives deep inside you, a quiet voice that says, "This is why I am here." Some people find their Ikigai in their work, while others find it in caring for others, creating art, teaching, growing food, or even just sharing smiles. The important thing is that we all have one. You have one. I have one. Everyone has an Ikigai. The problem is, most of us forget to look for it. So, how do we find it? Asterisk? That's where the 4 questions come in. These aren't questions you can just answer quickly. You need to sit with them, reflect, write, think, and slowly, your true self will start to emerge. Let's break down these 4 questions one by one. Question 1. What do you love? This is the first and most crucial question. What makes your heart feel alive? What gives you energy instead of draining it? Maybe you love cooking, writing stories, helping people, fixing things, dancing, or even just cleaning your home with love. This isn't about what makes money, it's about what makes you happy. That's the first part of Ikigai. Question 2. What are you good at? We all have something we're naturally good at. Some people are great listeners, while others excel with their hands or with numbers. Some are fantastic with kids or have a knack for understanding how others feel. This doesn't have to be something the world recognizes. Even if it's something simple, like being a calming presence in a chaotic world, that's a gift. Ask yourself, what do people often thank me for? What do I do well without even trying? That's the second part. Question 3. What does the world need? This isn't about saving the entire planet, it's about looking around and asking, how can I help someone today? Maybe your community needs fresh food, or perhaps a friend needs someone to talk to. Maybe the world needs your kindness, your unique perspective, or your creativity. It's not selfish, it's about using what you love and what you're good at to make the world a little better. That's the third part. Question 4. What can you be paid for? Let's be real, we all need to make a living. But Ikigai suggests, what if your purpose could also support your life? Maybe you love teaching and are good at it, could you offer online classes? Maybe you love baking, could you open a small bakery? Or perhaps you love writing, could you write for others? This doesn't mean chasing after millions, it means doing what you love in a way that also supports you and your family. That's the fourth part. When you find something that answers all four questions, what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, that's your Ikigai. And when you live with Ikigai, you don't just survive, you truly live. Let's look at a simple example. There's a woman named Maria, 32 years old, living in Brazil. Every morning, she wakes up at 5 a.m. to bake fresh bread for her small town. She doesn't own a big company or make a ton of money, but when she bakes, she feels alive. She forgets her stress, her thoughts calm down, and she smiles effortlessly. She shares her bread with love and earns just enough to live a quiet, peaceful life. Now, think about it. What does Maria love? Baking. What is she good at? Creating beautiful recipes. What does the world need? Fresh, healthy food in her town. What can she be paid for? Her bakery provides just enough income. This is her Ikigai. And the beauty is, your Ikigai doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be true. Part 2. Understanding Ikigai and the Circle of Life. In the last part, we explored those 4 powerful questions that help you find your reason for being. But now, let's dig even deeper. The Japanese didn't just come up with the idea of Ikigai, they created a simple and beautiful diagram, a circle, to help people find it clearly and powerfully. This is known as the Ikigai Venn diagram, and it's one of the most famous tools for self-discovery today. Imagine your life as a puzzle. You are not just your job, your dreams, your talents, or your responsibilities. You are a combination of all these things. And when they connect in the right way, you feel whole, at peace, and purposeful. That's what this circle helps you find. Let's break down the 4 parts again, but this time with a bit more depth. Point 1. What you love, your passion. This is something that fills you with energy. You lose track of time when you do it. You feel alive and creative. You don't need motivation because you do it out of love. But passion alone isn't enough. Many people love painting or writing but struggle to turn it into a fulfilling life. So, passion is just one piece of the puzzle. 2. What you're good at, your profession. Imagine you're really skilled at something, maybe it's teaching, coding, or designing. This is your profession, the thing you can do better than most. But sometimes, people are good at things they don't love, leaving them feeling empty. So, profession is another piece, but it's still not the full picture. Point 3. What the world needs, your mission. This is about service and giving your life meaning beyond yourself. It's when you use your passion and skills to help others. A mission gives you a reason to grow and get up every morning, even when things are tough. But again, if your mission doesn't support your life, it can become stressful. So, this is a key part, but still just a part. Point 4. What you can be paid for, your vocation. This is where purpose meets stability. It's where you use your gifts to make a living. Without this, you might struggle with financial worries and feel lost, even if you love what you do. Vocation is your way to survive with dignity. Now, let's see what happens when these 4 things connect. If you combine what you love and what you're good at but don't help others, you might feel satisfied but also a bit selfish or incomplete. If you combine what you're good at and what pays well but don't love it, you'll feel trapped. If you combine what the world needs and what you're paid for but aren't good at it, you'll feel like a fraud. If you combine what you love and what the world needs but don't get paid, you'll burn out. But when all 4 connect, when you do something you love, something you're good at, something that helps others, and something that supports your life, that's your Ikigai. That's the center of your circle. That's where your soul finally feels at home. Let's take another example. Meet David, a 45-year-old chef in Italy. David grew up loving food. As a kid, he watched his grandmother cook fresh pasta every Sunday. He started cooking with her and felt alive. That's his passion. Over the years, he became really good at it. He studied, practiced, and opened a small kitchen. People loved his food. That's his profession. But David didn't just want to make money, he wanted to give back. So, he started a small program to teach kids from low-income families how to cook, giving them skills and confidence. That's his mission. And yes, he earns enough from his restaurant and classes. That's his vocation. Now, David wakes up early, cooks with joy, teaches with love, and lives with peace, not just because of his career, but because he is living at the center of his Ikigai circle. Why is this circle so important? Because many people spend their whole lives in just one corner. Some live in passion without income and struggle financially. Some live in profession without love and feel empty. Some live in mission without skill and feel insecure. Some live in vocation without purpose and feel stuck. But those who live with Ikigai, they thrive in the center. That's why Japanese elders, even at 90, still wake up early, garden, cook, talk, walk, teach, paint, dance, and sing, not because they have to, but because they want to. They've found their reason to live. That's the magic of the Ikigai circle. It's not just a diagram, it's a mirror reflecting who you are and who you were meant to be. Part 3. How to find your own Ikigai. Now, let's tackle the real question. How do you find your Ikigai? It's easy to say, follow your passion, but what if you don't even know what your passion is anymore? Let's break it down slowly, carefully, and with love. Step 1. Remember your childhood joy. Before the world told you who to be, what did you love doing as a kid? Drawing, singing, playing outside, helping others, building things, solving puzzles? Those small things often hold big answers. Even if you can't do exactly the same thing now, the feeling behind it is a clue. Step 2. Notice what makes you forget time. Have you ever been so engrossed in something that hours felt like minutes? That's called flow, and it's a sign of Ikigai. Think about when you feel completely focused. What activity makes you forget to check your phone? What makes you feel, this is me? Maybe it's cooking, fixing machines, writing, or just walking in silence. Start there. Step 3. Listen to compliments you always receive. Asterisk. Sometimes, others see our gifts more clearly than we do. Ask yourself, what do people often thank me for? What do they say I'm good at? Maybe you're the friend who always listens, gives the best advice, or organizes things beautifully. These aren't small things, they're keys to your purpose. Step 4. Explore, don't decide. Finding your Ikigai isn't about finding a perfect answer in one day. It's more like trying on different clothes. Experiment, explore, and try new things. Notice what feels natural and what drains you. Give yourself permission to try new things, volunteer, join a workshop, start a side project, help someone for free, take a class, or plant a garden. Slowly, your Ikigai will begin to reveal itself. Step 5. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Your Ikigai won't come to you while you're sitting and overthinking. It comes through action and movement. Even one small step a day is enough. Maybe you work a full-time job and feel tired. Start with just 10 minutes a day doing something you enjoy. That small habit can become your new identity. Let's meet Aisha, a 28-year-old woman living in Kenya. She works as a receptionist in a hotel. It pays the bills, but she doesn't feel inspired. One evening, a guest asked her to recommend a walking tour in the city. She said, "I'll show you myself." She walked the guest around town, told stories, showed art, and shared food stalls. When they returned, the guest said, "You should do this for a living. You're amazing at this." Aisha felt something shift. She loved storytelling and knew her city deeply. Now, every weekend, she organizes walking tours, makes extra money, meets new people, and finally feels alive again. That's her Ikigai, and it all started with just one walk. Finding your Ikigai isn't a loud, dramatic moment, it's a quiet discovery. It's when you say, "This is what I'm meant to do," and you feel it in your heart, not just your mind. Once you find it, even if you earn less money or work harder, you'll wake up with energy and pride in who you are. You'll stop asking, "What's the point of my life?" because you'll finally know. Part 4. The 4 secrets to a long, happy, and healthy life. Now that you understand what Ikigai is and how to find it, let's go deeper. The Ikigai book doesn't just teach us how to live with purpose, it also teaches us how to live longer, not just more years, but more beautiful years. So, why do so many people in Japan, especially in Okinawa, live to be 90, 100, or even 110 years old? Is it medicine? Nope. Is it money? Nope. It's their lifestyle, their way of eating, moving, thinking, connecting, and living with purpose every single day. Let's explore the 4 big secrets of these joyful, long-living people. Secret 1. a healthy relationship with food. In Okinawa, they follow a simple rule called harahachibu, which means eat until you're 80% full. They don't overeat, they stop when they're slightly hungry. They eat slowly, respect their food, and never waste. Their meals are full of vegetables, tofu, sweet potatoes, small amounts of fish, rice, green tea, miso soup, and seaweed. They don't count calories, they eat mindfully. While many people around the world eat until they feel heavy, Okinawans eat until they feel light. This small habit is one of the biggest reasons they live longer. They don't diet, they honor their bodies. Secret 2. Keep moving, even when you're 90. In most modern cities, older people sit all day. But in Okinawa, they move every day. They walk, garden, sweep floors, stretch, raise their hands to the sky, cook, shop, serve, and care for others. Movement isn't just about hitting the gym, it's about living in motion. Even the furniture in Okinawa encourages movement. Most people sit on the floor, so every time they sit down or stand up, they're stretching their legs. They don't go to the gym, but they live longer than those who do because they never stop moving. Even at 95, they keep their bodies alive, one small step at a time. Secret 3. Strong community and connection. In Okinawa, people are part of something beautiful called a moi, a small group of friends who support each other for life. They meet regularly, share food, stories, laughter, and memories. If someone falls sick, the group helps. If someone is lonely, they visit. If someone is happy, they celebrate together. In many cities today, people feel isolated, but in Okinawa, nobody is alone. This deep connection keeps their hearts young and gives them a reason to live because they're not just living for themselves, they're living for each other. Secret 4. A clear purpose that never retires. This is the biggest difference between Okinawan life and modern life. In most countries, people work hard their whole lives just to retire and rest. But in Okinawa, people never retire from purpose. Sure, they might stop a full-time job, but they don't stop living with Ikigai. A 102-year-old man might still play music, a 97-year-old woman might still tend her garden, and an 89-year-old fisherman might still go to the sea for a few hours. Why? Because when your heart has purpose, your body keeps going. They don't wait for the weekend, vacation, or freedom. They're already free because they're doing what they love every day. Let's take Mr. Kamada as an example. Asterisk. He wakes up at 6 a.m. every day, stretches his arms, eats a light breakfast, and walks around his tiny garden. He plants flowers, checks on his vegetables, calls a friend to see how she's doing, fixes small tools, drinks green tea, laughs often, and goes to bed with a smile. He says, "I don't know when I will die, but I know I will live until the very last day." This is the heart of Ikigai, not living forever, but living fully for as long as possible. Part 5. Retirement, Work, and Health, the Hidden Truth. Now, let's talk about something that many people don't want to hear, but Ikigai teaches it clearly. Retiring early may not always bring happiness. In fact, for many, retirement leads to sadness, boredom, loneliness, and even early death. Why? Because we are not made to do nothing. We are made to create, connect, grow, serve, learn, and move. When people stop working completely, they often lose their sense of identity. They start asking, who am I now? What do I do all day? What's the point of my life now? This isn't about working in an office until you're 90. It's about never retiring from purpose. Let's look at a real story. There's Tomoko, an 87-year-old seamstress. She spent 60 years sewing clothes and retired at 72. But after a year of doing nothing, she felt tired, anxious, and useless. One morning, she saw her old sewing machine in the corner, turned it on, and began stitching small pouches and handkerchiefs. Then she started giving them away at the market. People loved them, giving her hugs, smiles, and thank you letters. Now, at 87, she sews every day, not for money, but for love. She says, "When I sew, I feel young again. My hands remember, my mind becomes calm, my heart is alive." Tomoko didn't return to a job, she returned to her Ikigai. Work isn't the enemy, meaningless work is. You are not made to do a job you hate for 40 years and then sit on the sofa forever. You're made to find something meaningful and do it in any way you can for as long as you can. Even 10 minutes a day, one act of kindness, or a small creation, that's how you stay alive, heal, and grow. Part 6. The power of focus and flow in daily work. Now, let's talk about something beautiful that the Ikigai book teaches, something that can transform your everyday life. It's called flow. Flow is a state of complete focus. It's when you're doing something and forget about time, hunger, and stress. You're fully present, fully alive, and fully yourself. Flow isn't about big goals, it's about full attention. When do you feel flow? It could be when you cook a beautiful meal, write from the heart, paint, design, sing, organize your space, help someone in pain, meditate, or walk in nature. You don't do it for rewards, you do it because the activity itself feels rewarding. This is flow, and it's one of the keys to a long, meaningful life. Let's look at Kenji, who works in a small workshop in Japan. He makes wooden spoons, just spoons. No loud machines, no marketing, no fame. But every day, he holds a piece of wood like it's alive. He shapes it slowly with care, smooths the edges, and polishes the surface. He watches how it catches the light. Hours pass, and he doesn't even look at the clock. When someone asked him, "Don't you get bored making spoons?" he smiled and said, "I'm not making spoons, I'm making peace with the world." This is flow. It's not about being busy, it's about being present. How to enter flow in your own life? Start small. Turn off your phone, choose one task, and do it slowly with love. Forget about the result, just enjoy the process. This could be washing the dishes, watering plants, or writing your thoughts in a journal. The world today is full of distractions, but flow brings you back to yourself. Once you find flow, you'll feel light, clear, and alive, not just existing. So, if you are feeling lost, tired, or like life is passing you by too quickly, don't look for an escape. Look for flow. Give your full attention to something small, and let that be your first step back to your Ikigai. Part 7. 6 Simple Rules for a Meaningful Life. Now that you understand what Ikigai is, you might wonder how people actually live every day. What are their habits and mindsets? What do they do differently from the rest of the world? It's not just the big ideas that change your life, it's the small things you do every single day. In Okinawa and many peaceful villages in Japan, people live by a set of quiet principles. These aren't shouted or printed on billboards, they're passed down from elder to child, from heart to heart. Here are 6 timeless rules that guide them. They're simple words, but if you really feel them, they can change you. Rule 1. Take it slow. Modern life is fast, but Japanese life is intentional. Walk slowly, breathe slowly, eat slowly, even drink tea slowly. When you slow down, you feel life. And when you feel life, you feel peace. Rule 2. Surround yourself with good friends. Spend time with people who make you laugh, cry, share, and grow. Not fake smiles, but deep bonds, a circle of people who would walk beside you through fire. That's worth more than gold. Rule 3. Get in shape for your next birthday. It's not about having a BS or a six-pack, it's about moving every day. Stretching, breathing, and taking care of the only home your soul has, your body. Even gentle movements give you strength. Rule 4. Reconnect with nature. City life can make us forget that we were born from the earth, not concrete. Go to the trees, walk barefoot in the grass, look at the sky, touch water, and sit in silence near flowers. Nature doesn't speak, but it heals. Rule 5. Give thanks. Every meal, every morning, every gift, every person, express gratitude. They say thank you not just as words, but as a way of living. Gratitude softens the heart and brightens the spirit. Rule 6. Live in the moment. Forget the past and don't chase the future. Focus on the moment in front of you with your full heart. They don't multitask, they do one thing at a time with presence and peace. And finally, the most important rule. Do something you love, something you're good at, something that helps others, and something that supports your life. Do it not just as a dream, but as your daily reality. Part 8. Life Lessons from Okinawan Elders. Now, let's step into the hearts of people who've lived with Ikigai for 90, 100, or even 110 years. In the Ikigai book, the authors visited the village of Ogimi in Okinawa, known as the Village of Longevity. They spoke to dozens of elders who were still healthy, happy, and living with purpose. What these elders shared wasn't just science, it was soul. Here are some of their most beautiful lessons. Elder 1. Don't worry too much. A 102-year-old woman laughed and said, "Life gives us problems, but worry is a second problem we create ourselves." She didn't mean to ignore problems, but to face them without fear. When you don't worry, you can think clearly. When you think clearly, you find solutions. And when you find solutions, the problem disappears. Elder 2. Always have something to do. A 99-year-old fisherman said, "I may not fish like I did before, but I still go to the sea. I still feel the wind. I still fix my nets." He explained that humans need motion, not madness, but meaningful movement. His health stayed strong because his purpose never left. Elder 3. Talk to people. Even if you're sad, many elders shared this. They spoke to neighbors, shopkeepers, friends, even if it was about nothing important. One woman said, "Talking is like breathing. If you don't do it, your soul becomes heavy." Elder 4. Keep learning. A 91-year-old man was learning to play a new musical instrument. He said, "When you stop learning, your brain starts dying. I'm not afraid of death, I'm afraid of boredom." This lesson is powerful. Age doesn't kill people, emptiness does. Elder 5. Do something that makes you feel useful. They don't care about fame or big success, they care about being needed. Helping a friend, cooking a meal, telling a story, tending a plant, or singing a song. One elder said, "As long as I can give something to the world, I'm alive." These aren't just motivational quotes. They're real voices, real lives, real people who've found the quiet joy of Ikigai, not in books, but in how they live every single day. And if they can do it, so can we. Part 9. The Japanese Secrets of Longevity and Joy. Let's go even deeper. Behind all these habits and smiles are deeper cultural values that shape the Japanese way of life, values that most of the world has forgotten. Let's explore them and understand how they create a life of balance, beauty, and quiet strength. Secret 1. Simplicity. Japanese homes are small, their clothes are light, and their meals are simple. They believe that less is more, less stuff equals more peace, less noise equals more clarity, and less pressure equals more freedom. In a world obsessed with more, they choose enough. Secret 2. Cleanliness. Clean space, clean heart. They believe your surroundings reflect your mind. They clean their homes every morning, take care of their gardens, and remove what's old, broken, or unnecessary. This creates space, not just in their homes, but in their minds. Secret 3. Ritual and respect. They turn simple moments into sacred rituals, drinking tea, greeting someone, preparing a meal. They bow with respect, speak softly, and treat the elderly with deep honor. Life becomes more meaningful when lived mindfully. Secret 4. Wabi-sabi. This is the beauty of imperfection. They don't chase perfection, they embrace it. The cracks in a bowl, the wrinkles on skin, the fading colors of autumn leaves, they believe what's broken isn't ugly, it's full of stories. This mindset makes life less stressful and more forgiving. Secret 5. Harmony with nature. Nature isn't just a place to visit, it's part of their identity. They walk under trees, listen to birds, grow food with their hands, and celebrate the seasons. While much of the world tries to control nature, they choose to live in harmony with it. Part 10. Laughter, joy, and the lightness of life. Now, let's talk about something many people forget when thinking about living a long life. We often focus on diet, movement, discipline, and purpose, but what about joy? What about laughter? In the village of Ogimi, you'll quickly notice that the elders laugh a lot. They joke, tease, and play. They celebrate birthdays, sing songs, and wear colorful clothes. They don't take everything too seriously because they understand something the modern world often forgets. Laughter isn't just happiness, it's medicine. Why does laughter extend life? Modern science confirms what Japanese elders have always known. Laughter boosts the immune system, lowers stress hormones, improves blood flow, reduces pain, heals emotional wounds, and most importantly, brings people together. You don't need to go to a hospital to heal your heart. Sometimes, all you need is a good joke, a silly dance, or a funny memory with a friend. How to add more laughter to your life? Don't take yourself too seriously. Laugh at your mistakes, you're human, and that's beautiful. Spend time with light-hearted people who lift your energy, not those who bring you down. Watch something funny every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Comedy is medicine. Be playful, dance, draw, tell jokes, and be weird. Laugh with your family, even if they annoy you. Find moments to smile together. Sometimes people ask, how can I laugh when life is hard? The Okinawan elders say, that's why we laugh, because life is hard. So, let joy be part of your Ikigai, not just after success or peace, but as a path to peace. Let joy be your therapy. Part 11, Life's Greatest Lessons, a final reflection. Now we are nearing the end, but this isn't just the end of a video, it's the beginning of a new way of living. Let's bring together the most important, unforgettable lessons from this entire journey, lessons that aren't just for today, but for your whole life. Point 1. You were not born to suffer, you were born to live. You are not here just to pay bills or obey rules, you're here to feel joy, love, create, grow, contribute, and smile at the sky. 2. Life isn't about what you do, it's about why you do it. A simple job done with love is more beautiful than a big job done with stress. A simple meal cooked with care, a simple plant watered with attention, a simple child hugged with presence, that's life. That's Ikigai. Point 3. You are never too old, and it's never too late, you can begin again. You can start today, even if you feel lost or think it's over. Ikigai doesn't care about age, it only asks, what will you do with this moment? 4. Purpose doesn't have to be big, it just has to be true. You don't have to change the world, you just have to do something that feels honest, simple, and meaningful, even if only one person smiles because of you. Point 5. You already have everything you need, you don't need more degrees, followers, clothes, or fame. You just need time, attention, courage, and love, and you already have that inside you. Let me share a quick story. There was once a young man who watched his grandfather die with regret. His grandfather worked hard his entire life, saved money, bought property, and followed rules. But before he passed away, he said something the young man could never forget: I waited my whole life to live, and I ran out of time. That young man made a promise to himself, he wouldn't wait. He started writing, walking in nature, learning to play music, and smiling more. He earned less but felt more. He helped more, lived more, and 20 years later, he still remembers that moment, not with sadness, but with gratitude because it gave him the strength to live before it was too late. Part 12. You were born with Ikigai, don't die without it. This is the final part of our journey, but it might just be the first chapter of your new life. There's a reason this concept has reached millions of people worldwide. Ikigai isn't a trend, it's a truth. It reminds you that you don't have to chase happiness, wait for success, compare yourself to others, or be perfect. You just have to find the reason you wake up every morning, even if nobody claps, understands, or notices. You, yes you, are watching this not by accident. Maybe your soul was ready to hear these words. Maybe your heart was waiting for permission to live again. So here it is, you are allowed to restart. You are allowed to smile again. You are allowed to follow your curiosity. You are allowed to become the person your younger self dreamed of. Ikigai is already inside you. And if you still don't know what it is, that's okay. Start small. Start now. Start again tomorrow. But never stop. When people in Ogimi, Japan, were asked, what's your secret to a long and happy life? They didn't say, be rich, or work hard, or win awards. They said, stay curious, stay kind, stay connected, and wake up every day with something to do. That is Ikigai, and that's what I hope this video has given you, not just a summary of a book, but a doorway to yourself. You are not broken, you're just waiting to begin. So take a deep breath and start. So, what did we learn from this journey? Ikigai isn't a goal, it's not something you chase or something in the future. It's the quiet reason you open your eyes in the morning. It's the small joy in doing what you love. It's the peace of knowing you're needed. It's the power of waking up with meaning, not noise. You don't need to move to Japan or be perfect, you just need to be present and true to who you really are. Find your Ikigai and live it gently, fully, and beautifully. Thank you for walking with me through this journey. I hope it touched your heart, gave you clarity, and helped you begin again. If this video made you feel something, even a little, please leave a comment, share it with someone you love, and subscribe to this channel. Not for the algorithm, but so more people like you can feel alive again. Take care of your mind, heart, and purpose, and always remember, you were not born to be lost, you were born to live with Ikigai.